Luxurious lives of America's wealthiest Republican senators. These political heavyweights aren't just powerful in the Senate chambers, they're commanding impressive fortunes that would make even Wall Street executives jealous. From private equity moguls to healthcare industry titans, these GOP senators bring serious business experience and serious money to their political careers. Their combined wealth reaches into the hundreds of millions, with investment portfolios, real estate empires, and business ventures that span across America and beyond. Get ready for an inside look at the mansions, investment strategies, and surprising wealth origins of the top 10 richest Republican senators currently serving in the United States Senate. Senator number 10, Deb Fischer, Nebraska. Coming in at number 10 is Nebraska's Deb Fischer, with an estimated net worth of $3.7 million. Modest compared to our top contenders, but still impressive for someone who started as a rancher. Fischer and her husband Bruce built their fortune through their family ranch operation in the Nebraska Sandhills, where they've raised cattle for over 40 years. Before her political career, Fischer's primary focus was the ranch, which spans thousands of acres of prime Nebraska grassland. The Fischers transformed their operation into one of the most respected in the state, building their wealth acre by acre and cow by cow. Unlike many politicians who invest heavily in stocks, Fischer's wealth remains largely tied to agricultural assets and land, which has appreciated significantly over decades. She owns several properties throughout Nebraska, including her main ranch home featuring rustic luxury with modern amenities, perfect for hosting political fundraisers with an authentic Western touch. Since joining the Senate in 2013, Fischer has maintained a relatively modest lifestyle compared to her wealthier colleagues, though she does enjoy occasional luxury trips to Colorado ski resorts. Her financial approach reflects her conservative roots, steady growth through traditional investments rather than flashy financial maneuvers. Her position on the Senate Agriculture Committee aligns perfectly with her personal financial interests, allowing her to advocate for policies that benefit rural landowners like herself. Senator number 9, Rick Scott, Florida. With a staggering net worth estimated around $260 million, Rick Scott stands out as one of the Senate's wealthiest members. Before becoming Florida's governor and then senator, Scott made his fortune as a healthcare executive, co-founding Columbia Hospital Corporation, which later merged with HCA to become the largest private for-profit healthcare company in the country. Scott's lavish lifestyle includes a $15 million beachfront mansion in Naples, Florida, where floor-to-ceiling windows offer panoramic views of the Gulf of Mexico. His real estate portfolio doesn't stop there. He owns multiple properties across Florida and a mountain retreat in Montana, worth over $1.5 million. Scott travels between Washington and Florida in style, often using his private Embraer Phenom 300 jet valued at approximately $10 million. Despite controversy surrounding his hospital company's Medicare fraud settlement, Columbia HCA paid $1.7 billion in fines. Scott successfully rebranded himself as a business-savvy politician. He invested heavily in his political career, spending over $100 million of his personal fortune on campaigns. His wealth management strategy includes a blind trust aimed at avoiding conflicts of interest, though critics question its effectiveness. Scott's luxury yacht Seabiscuit is frequently spotted along Florida's coast, and he maintains an impressive collection of rare watches, including several Patek Philippe timepieces worth more than some senators' entire net worth. Senator number 8, Mike Rounds, South Dakota. With a net worth hovering around $3.9 million, Mike Rounds has leveraged his insurance and real estate background into a comfortable fortune that places him 8th on our list. Before politics claimed his attention, Rounds built Fischer Rounds & Associates into one of South Dakota's largest insurance and real estate firms, creating the foundation of his wealth through good old-fashioned business acumen. Round's property portfolio includes a scenic riverside home in Fort Pierre, overlooking the Missouri River, valued at approximately $850,000. Modest by senatorial standards, but luxurious for South Dakota. His real estate investments span across the state, including commercial properties in Pierre and Rapid City that generate substantial passive income while he focuses on his Senate duties. The senator's lifestyle reflects his Midwestern values, less flashy than his coastal colleagues, but still comfortable. His prized possession is a restored 1965 Mustang convertible that he occasionally drives to local events, and he owns a cabin in the Black Hills where he retreats for fishing and hunting trips. Rounds has invested significantly in local South Dakota businesses and maintains a diverse stock portfolio managed by financial advisors. What makes Rounds unique among wealthy senators is how deeply his business remains connected to his home state. His family continues to operate the insurance business he founded, creating a financial legacy that runs parallel to his political one. His wealth reflects the success possible in America's heartland, built through regional business rather than national corporations. Senator number 7, John Hoeven, North Dakota. With a net worth estimated at $46 million, John Hoeven built his fortune through a successful banking career before entering politics. As president and CEO of the Bank of North Dakota for 7 years, he established valuable connections throughout the financial world while developing expertise that would later inform his political positions on banking regulations. Hoeven's wealth is primarily invested in diverse financial instruments, with substantial holdings in energy companies that align with his strong support for North Dakota's oil industry. His property portfolio includes a stately home in an exclusive Bismarck neighborhood, valued at $1.2 million, and a vacation property near Lake Sakakawea, worth approximately $900,000. Unlike senators who flaunt their wealth, Hoeven maintains a relatively low-key lifestyle. However, his car collection reveals his appreciation for American luxury, featuring a Cadillac Escalade and a classic Ford Thunderbird. When he's not in Washington, Hoeven enjoys spending time at his lakeside retreat, where he entertains political allies and business associates on his modest pontoon boat. What's particularly interesting about Hoeven's wealth is how it bridges two worlds, banking and agriculture. He maintains ownership stakes in several agricultural businesses, connecting his financial interests to North Dakota's farming communities. This dual focus has helped him maintain popularity in his home state while building a substantial personal fortune. Senator number 6, Rand Paul, Kentucky. With a net worth of approximately $3 million, Rand Paul's fortune stems primarily from his ophthalmology practice and savvy investments. Before entering politics, Paul spent years building a successful medical practice in Bowling Green, Kentucky, performing thousands of eye surgeries that form the foundation of his wealth. Have you ever wondered how doctors turned politicians manage their money? Paul's financial strategy offers fascinating insights into this question. Unlike many politicians, he maintains active income through his medical consulting and book royalties from his libertarian-themed publications, which have sold hundreds of thousands of copies. Paul's lifestyle reflects his libertarian philosophy, less ostentatious than many of his Senate colleagues. His main residence is a relatively modest $780,000 home in Bowling Green, though he owns additional investment properties throughout Kentucky. Paul drives American-made vehicles and reportedly collects vintage coins, a hobby that aligns with his interest in monetary policy. What separates Paul from other wealthy senators is his hands-on approach to wealth building. While many rely on family money or corporate careers, Paul built his fortune through direct service to patients. This background influences his healthcare policy positions, particularly his advocacy for market-based solutions. Despite his medical wealth, Paul maintains a relatability that resonates with Kentucky voters. often emphasizing his continued work as a doctor who understands everyday Americans' healthcare struggles. Senator number 5, Mitch McConnell, Kentucky. With a net worth estimated at $34 million, Mitch McConnell's wealth story differs dramatically from his humble Kentucky beginnings. While McConnell earned a senator's salary for decades, the major source of his fortune came through marriage. His wife, Elaine Chow's family, owns a successful shipping company, and a substantial gift from her family in 2008 quadrupled the couple's net worth overnight. McConnell's property portfolio includes a $2.3 million townhouse in Washington, D.C.'s upscale Stanton Park neighborhood, and a more modest home in Louisville valued around $700,000. Unlike senators who made their money in business, McConnell's wealth primarily exists in well-managed investment funds worth millions. Despite his considerable fortune, McConnell maintains a relatively understated lifestyle, though he does enjoy membership at exclusive country clubs in both Kentucky and Washington. His wealth management strategy has focused on conservative investments with steady growth rather than high-risk ventures, mirroring his cautious political approach. McConnell's financial journey demonstrates how political power can intersect with personal wealth accumulation. As one of the longest-serving Senate leaders, his connections to wealthy donors and corporate interests have grown alongside his net worth. This financial security has allowed him to focus on building political influence rather than personal business ventures, making money and power closely intertwined throughout his career. Senator number 4, Ted Cruz, Texas. With a net worth hovering around $4 million, Ted Cruz's wealth origins trace back to his lucrative legal career and savvy investments. Before winning his Senate seat, Cruz commanded top dollar as a high-powered attorney, including a stint as Texas Solicitor General and partner at a prestigious law firm, where he reportedly earned over $1 million annually. Cruz's investment portfolio shows his Texas roots with significant holdings in oil and energy companies. His real estate includes a luxury home in Houston's River Oaks neighborhood, valued at approximately $2 million, featuring a private swimming pool and expansive entertaining spaces where he hosts fundraisers for conservative causes. Unlike some wealthy politicians who downplay their success, Cruz leverages his financial acumen as part of his political brand. Since entering politics, he supplemented his Senate salary with substantial book advances. His memoir, A Time for Truth, alone reportedly earned him a $1.5 million advance. Cruz's wife's career as a managing director at Goldman Sachs, currently on leave, has further bolstered the family's financial standing. What's fascinating about Cruz's wealth is how he's monetized his political celebrity through media appearances and speaking engagements, commanding fees that dwarf his government salary. Whether discussing constitutional law at private events or appearing on his podcast Verdict with Ted Cruz, he's mastered the art of turning political fame into financial gain while maintaining his appeal to everyday Texas voters. Senator number 3, Bill Hagerty, Tennessee. With a net worth estimated at $13 million, Bill Hagerty represents the seamless transition from business success to political power. Before entering politics, Hagerty made his fortune in private equity as a managing director at Hagerty Peterson & Company, where he orchestrated multi-million-dollar deals that built his substantial investment portfolio. Hagerty's wealth took an international turn when he served as ambassador to Japan under President Trump, adding diplomatic connections to his business network. His financial disclosures reveal extensive investments across healthcare, technology, and real estate sectors, creating a diversified wealth base that continues generating income during his Senate service. The senator's property portfolio reflects his success, anchored by a stunning $3.2 million home in Nashville's exclusive Belle-Meade neighborhood. His real estate holdings extend beyond Tennessee, including a waterfront vacation home on Florida's Gulf Coast, valued at approximately $1.7 million. Hagerty travels in style between properties, preferring luxury German vehicles including a Mercedes-Benz S-Class. What makes Hagerty's wealth particularly interesting is how he's leveraged international connections into financial opportunities. His time in Japan and his extensive business travel fostered relationships with Asian investors that benefited his private equity ventures. Despite his millionaire status, Hagerty maintains a carefully cultivated image as a business-minded problem solver rather than a wealthy elite, emphasizing practical results over personal fortune when connecting with Tennessee voters. Senator number 2, Ron Johnson, Wisconsin. With a fortune estimated around $39 million, Ron Johnson built his wealth the old-fashioned way, through manufacturing and plastics. As co-founder of Parkour, a polyester and plastics manufacturing company, Johnson transformed a small business into a major industrial player before entering politics in 2010. Johnson's business success story begins when he joined his brother-in-law's plastic sheet manufacturing business in the 1970s, eventually taking control and expanding it dramatically. When he ran for Senate, Johnson sold his stake in PACUR, receiving millions that formed the foundation of his investment portfolio. Today, his wealth spans diverse investments, with significant holdings in industrial stocks, municipal bonds, and real estate. The Wisconsin senator maintains homes in Oshkosh, valued at approximately $1.3 million, and a vacation property in Florida's Siesta Key, worth over $1 million. Unlike some wealthy senators, Johnson hasn't entirely abandoned his business roots. He maintains ownership interests in several Wisconsin commercial real estate properties and continues advising businesses in the plastics industry. Johnson's wealth story resonates with his political narrative as a successful businessman bringing practical experience to government. He frequently references his manufacturing background when discussing economic policy, positioning himself as someone who understands job creation firsthand. Despite significant wealth, Johnson cultivates an image as a political outsider who entered politics to bring business sense to Washington rather than to advance personal financial interests. Senator number 1, Mitt Romney, Utah. Towering above his Senate colleagues with an estimated net worth between $190 to $250 million, Mitt Romney represents the pinnacle of financial success in the Senate. Romney built his immense fortune primarily through his career at Bain Capital, the private equity firm he co-founded in 1984. Under his leadership, Bain made billions through corporate acquisitions, restructuring, and aggressive growth strategies, with Romney personally profiting from numerous successful deals. Romney's lifestyle reflects his enormous wealth, featuring multiple luxury properties across the country. His real estate portfolio includes a $12 million beachfront mansion in La Jolla, California, a $9 million lake house in New Hampshire, a ski lodge in Park City, Utah, valued at $8.9 million, and a townhouse in the Washington, D.C. area. Each property features state-of-the-art amenities, from custom elevators to private beaches. His investment strategy has evolved from high-risk private equity to a more conservative wealth preservation approach, with hundreds of millions spread across diverse investment vehicles managed by blind trusts. Despite campaign criticisms about his wealth, Romney has embraced significant philanthropy, donating millions through the Romney Family Foundation to causes ranging from medical research to education. Conclusion: these powerful Republican senators showcase how wealth and politics intertwine in American government. From self-made millionaires to inherited fortunes, their financial backgrounds shape their policy approaches, while affording luxurious lifestyles most Americans only dream about. Don't miss future exposés on political power players. Hit subscribe and notification bell now.